Hi, I'm here with Stratton Leopold and Jeffrey Hall, who they're telling me we're at the Muse Warehouse. Sorry, trying to get the sign in there.
Arts of Women.
Oh, yep, Muse Arts Warehouse. And they're going to tell me a little bit about Ken, the upcoming play here. Um, Stratton, can you just tell me a brief description of the play?
Sure. I mean, we're just so excited to be here, number one. And number two, those of you who like the Muse Arts Warehouse Theater, it is going to be torn down. So please come and just enjoy this wonderful space for theater. We're the last or second to last show, so in the next few weeks it won't be here. So please come just for the theater's sake. Now, Ken. Well, Ken is a great story. I went to school with a fellow named Steve Sundgaard. His father was a Broadway playwright. Arnold had several shows, operas, librettos on Broadway. And I met, Steve and I were in school in the 60s. I met his dad in the 70s. And he gave me Ken to look at. Ken was a short story published in the New Yorker that he wrote in 1959 of an event that happened to him, to Steve's dad, to Arnold in 1933. It involved, I'll let Jeffrey tell you the whole story, but it involved a train ride and a body. It's an interesting coming of age story. Anyway, he gave it to me and said, "What about this for a film?" And I read it and I said, "Yeah, it can be a film and it will be one day." And I said, "Arnold, it's a play. You're a playwright. Please write it. You're a Broadway playwright." He wouldn't write it. He said, "Nah, he wouldn't write it." So time goes by. Decades go by. Arnold passes away. Steve comes to Savannah. We sit and talk, and he said, "What about Ken?" I said, "What about Ken?" He said, "Well, are you still interested?" I said, "Sure, yeah, but for a film, it's a rewrite, it's all this." He said, "Is there anyone here in Savannah?" Steve lives in Dallas now. "Is there anyone here in Savannah that could write this and direct it?" And I thought, and I said, "Yeah, there's one man that could do it, a man named Tom Coleman, who's done plays here for quite a while."
Okay. What can you tell me about Tom?
Well, Tom, I've known the whole family forever, but Jeffrey probably would be better because he's done a number of shows with Tom.
Oh,
Yeah, I've worked for Tom off and on for 20 years. He's done, I think, directed over 200 shows, but he spent a lot of his time in Athens, even though he's from Savannah. He moved back here several years ago, and he started directing plays. He opened the Savannah Community Theatre. And I've done several shows with him, murder mysteries, and he's really challenged me some. But he started writing plays. He started with a show called Johnny Mercer and Me. Then he worked on one called Hands of the Spirit. And I didn't know he was a playwright. I'm not sure he knew he was a playwright. But he writes some really, really wonderful scripts. And this is one of the best scripts I've ever done. So
you're actually in the play this year.
I am honored to play Arnold Sundgaard at 50. The show that Tom wrote has Arnold at Yale University giving a speech, a lecture to the drama school, telling them about what happened to him in 1933. The play is set in 1959, I want to say. No, 1964. Had to do my math. So Arnold is alive. He has had success. It's been republished on the 5th anniversary, and he's telling the story of what happened to him when he was 21 years old.
Nice.
The script is amazing, and it does include, he is asked to escort a body, a young student who has passed on, that he barely knows, all the way across country from New Haven, Connecticut to Portland, Oregon. It's not a charitable or humanitarian thing. He gets to go and stop and see his parents because he can't afford to go home. And on this trip, all kinds of things happen. He runs into all different kinds of characters. The body goes from here to there and has a really hard time finding it. We meet his parents. We meet the dead student's parents. And all are really interesting and well-written characters. But I get to be the narrator. I get to tell my story, Arnold's story, to the audience, and as I tell it, it unfolds live.
Very nice. Very nice. So, Stratton, you're actually known for producing movies such as The Mission Impossible, things like that. What got you involved with the play?
Steve Sundgaard and his dad.
Really?
Yeah, Steve was a good friend in school, and his dad was a compelling man, compelling character. and the fact that he had done so much. Just loved talking to him. Just loved being around him. And Steve's mom as well, but just lovely, lovely people.
And this is your one and only play, right?
My only play now. I mean, who knows what will happen now?
This is a new passion for you?
New York is next. Actually, interestingly enough, we were doing the show here, and Jeffrey will tell you about the dates and times. We're doing it here, and I got a call from a friend who used to direct here in Savannah back in the 1960s, who's now living between Baltimore and Sarasota, and he heard about Ken. How, I don't know. I'm not sure how he heard about it, but he must read Savannah papers or something. But anyway, he heard about it, so now he's coming to a performance. He called me and said, would you consider doing the play in Sarasota? I said, of course we would. Where I really want to take it, and we will take it, ultimately, is to New Haven. That's where it takes place.
Wow,
And
that's a cool tie-in.
to get Yale drama involved. But that's the short-term goal, is to go to Yale drama. Longer term, who knows?
Yeah, I love your grand visions.
It is a grand vision. The process, I've never been involved in a process quite like this. I was in the other show that he wrote, I started when it came out, but Tom started this with the idea and the article that was published in the New Yorker. He expanded that into a play, and we had a reading of just actors and people who were remotely interested in theater to get a take on it, and then he edited for weeks. Then we did another reading, and then he edited, and then we had a stage reading here, and the audience gave feedback, and then he changed, and it has been this constant growing entity, and it just gets better every time. In July, we did it for only 4 performances. It was just, okay, we've got it to this point. Let's see what the audience thinks. It was sold out. There were people lined up trying to get in.
People sitting in the aisles.
Sitting on.
People sat in the aisles.
On the steps just to see the show, and they liked it. And the comments were very positive. And Tom and Stratton spoke, and they got some input. And this is the latest revision of the show.
It's constantly evolving.
And after this, who knows? We may say, Tom and Stratton may say, we like this, let's run it, or they may make a few more changes. It's just a process, and it's really fun to be involved in the middle of it.
So how did people hear about the play last time in June when it was sold out? Was it just word of mouth, or?
Well, we got great press from Savannah Morning News and from Connect Savannah, and Facebooking and spreading the word.
Nice.
Unfortunately, people in Savannah, in my experience as an actor and a director, they like to wait to the last minute to see what else is coming up. And lots of folks said, we'll go and get tickets. After the first night, there was a line, and people were turned away.
This time around, you're recommending people RSVP and go ahead and buy tickets. Where can you get a ticket?
At www.showclix.com. SHOWCLIX. You can look on Facebook, the Savannah Community Theatre page. I've got invitations out there. It is going to be on the community calendars around the city. But they make great Christmas presents, too. You need another one? Stocking stuffer?
Stocking stuffers.
Yeah,
That's a great
night
idea.
at the theater is good. And this really is a very good play to come see. And it really is one of the most brilliant pieces I've ever done in my entire life. I really love the script. I'm really excited about it.
Savannah stocking stuffer.
Yeah,
a theater ticket. I love
Absolutely.
it. So let's walk into the actual set and show me around just a little bit. So this is the second to the last play that's going to be here.
Yes, Collective Face has a show here after we close. We close on the 7th at 3 o'clock, so we only have 6 performances. We have, starting on the 29th, we have a Thursday, Friday at 7:30 p.m. Then we have a Saturday matinee at 3 on New Year's Eve. Then the next week we have Thursday, Friday at 7:30, and then the Saturday matinee at 3. 6 shows, only 100 seats per show.
So what can you tell me about this theater? What's the history here? Do y'all know anything about that?
Well, it used to be like part of the Seaboard, the train system. It was like a warehouse for the train system. And this one long building is cut into several sections. This is what we call a black box. It is just stark and black, and that lets you set up really anything you want to set up. You can use your imagination because there's nothing to distract you, colors or anything else. And this is just, the set is in progress. We will have more ornate decorations. There will be a projection screen, and out here there's some black modular boxes that we use because there's so many different scenes that just sort of flow one into the other.
I think the great thing with the set is it lets your imagination create part of it. I've often told directors in film, I have these discussions, what the audience doesn't see is more important and more creative than what they do see, because they have to fill in.
Right.
I love that aspect of it.
Absolutely. So how many actors and actresses will be on this set?
About 500.
What? Wow. I wish y'all could have seen my face for that one.
Let's see, I have to do my count now. We have 2 women, and there's a total of 7 actors in the cast.
Okay.
And 5 guys, 2 ladies, and I only play one character. The gentleman who plays me at 21, Eric McRae, he plays just himself. And Maya Collins, who plays Marie, a girl he runs into on the train, which really adds a lot of interesting effects in the show. She plays one character. The rest play several different characters that Arnold runs into during the show.
Right. Okay.
And the audience will enjoy some wonderful cameos. I mean, they're just some really exciting cameos in this.
Very nice. What's your favorite scene? If you could describe one part that's your favorite.
I like parents when he meets a parent, the poignancy of that.
Yeah, when he meets Ken's parents.
Yeah.
Because, it's all convoluted, but it's very unique when he meets.
Yeah.
He's gotten to Portland, and now he's meeting the dead kid's parents.
Yeah.
There are so many wonderful scenes. I can't tell you my favorite because it'd give away part of the plot, but
Yeah.
when Arnold is reminiscing to the drama students at Yale, and he's talking about how important this entire trip was and how it changed him, it's touching. It really is.
Arnold was the nicest man in the world. He's just a very calm, wise individual. Just a lovely man. I can't say enough things. Steve is just like his son.
And his son has come. Steve came to see the
with
show.
his family.
That was very, that was intense.
Yeah.
I've done, when I did Johnny Mercer, I had his family there, but this is the man's son. This is a friend of Stratton's who was here with his wife, and eventually Arnold's grandchildren came.
Yeah.
It's a lot of pressure,
Yeah.
here I am trying to portray this man I've never seen or met. No video,
Right.
just stories. So
And telling the story, right. Yeah.
they seem to be
That's
happy,
special.
so that made me happy. So.
Oh, that's very nice. Tell me one more time, when are the shows and where can I get tickets?
The shows are December 29th, 30th, and 31st. The Thursday, Friday shows are at 7:30 p.m., not 8, 7:30. And the matinee on that Saturday is at 3. Same schedule the next weekend, Thursday night, Friday night, 7:30. And on the 7th, we close with a matinee at 3 at the Muse Arts Warehouse on Louisville Road at showclicks.com. Clicks with an X. And just type in Ken, you can get your tickets and beat the rush and give them for Christmas.
Or the various websites, too.
They're all, yes.
Absolutely. And everyone watching, we'll go ahead and share this information on our Facebook group and on our website. Hi, yeah, come on in here.
Okay.
Say goodbye, Facebook.
Bye, Facebook.
Come see us.
Get your